Jam on toast!
Well, hello guys, I'm us. Welcome to the Jam. Namawa Count This. And today the toast is to Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040. This is a review for Sourcefednerd Anime Club. So let's get to it. So the short sell on this one is that in Tokyo in the year 2040, after a big earthquake, the city's been rebuilt by robots called boomers. Occasionally these boomers go rogue, turning into mutated crazy monsters that have to be stopped by either the AD police or a vigilante group called the Night Sabers. My love for this one, as much as I like the hard suits, the way they look and they work and everything, I'm going to say Nene. Her attitude as being bright and bubbly and energetic is always great. She's super cute and she's by far one of the smarter ones in the series. And she's kind of the hacky computer person, and I relate to that. My hate it is the way the boomers go rogue. They completely explain what's up with the boomers and why they go rogue and everything, but the way they mutate and become kind of organic, it's very confusing as far as the physics go, and it just kind of takes me out of it because I don't understand why they become crazy monsters that try to kill people instead of just normal malfunctions. There's a big difference between now my arms are going to move the wrong ways, or I'm going to dig in a different location than I was told to, versus kill all the humans. The MVP for this one is definitely Celia. She was the one that put together the Night Sabers. She is the one that designed the hard suits and works on everything and finances everything, and she's the one that's slowly losing her mind throughout the whole series. She's the one that has all the cards up her sleeve. She knows the information. She's using the other girls as her workhorses to get things done. She's such a crazy character, like even in the beginning of the series, and then as things just keep happening, she keeps losing it. And it's kind of fun to sit there and watch someone go crazy, especially when you know there's no real negative consequences on the world. Or maybe I'm just a sick man. But on to the categories. Aesthetics. I'm really torn on the aesthetics because this really kind of has shit animation when it comes down to it. I don't like how the people look. It's an older look. It's a very distinctive style and from a very distinctive time period. But I just don't like it. They kind of bullshit a couple of the background scenes. They use panning stills when they don't need it. They put effort into making these boomers and things, and then they don't pay attention to that. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't sound like it's going to grab people in particular. I really like how they do the standard boomers, especially the human realistic type boomers, because we're getting closer and closer to having that be reality. But I don't like what they look like when they go rogue. I don't like the monstrousness of it. It doesn't make any sense that a robot would have that perspective of becoming a monster. It would more likely streamline itself if it were going to magically morph its body like that. But that is countered by the main characters are done fairly well. Having cute girls always helps, but that is by no means the way to judge this. I do really like the hard suits. The hard suits more than anything, the way they look, the way they have them move, interactions, the way they're distinctive. They're still projecting emotions a little bit and everything based on how they react in the suits. I really like how they did it, and since they spend such a large amount of time in the hard suits, it was important that they still be expressive, and they managed to capture that. Aesthetics gets an 82. Character development. The characters are what makes this show. Not knowing things about the characters, getting to know things about the characters, finding out things later that you thought were one thing about the characters. Maki in particular, Celia on all her secret nonsense information, the relationships that develop between Pris and Leo and Nene and Lena, and it's all a beautiful work of art. And even against the villain and the boomers, there's worlds to be told just how Lena interacts with the boomers, about who she is and what she does with herself and the way she fits into the dynamics on the team. Character development gets a 90. Storyline. The story is pretty good at the beginning. It well establishes the characters, it well establishes the scene, the points, everything that happens with the show, and then as it keeps going, it hits a point where everything just falls out, and then from that point on, it just kind of gets weird. I hate how anime does this, but given enough time, most animes seem to go to that weird place in their world where you're giving more what the fucks than, ooh, what's this? It's fine for something to be different and distinctive, but when it takes you out of the show, that's where it fails to me. And this did that towards the end, because I didn't, even if they explain it, you're just kind of like, really? That's what's going on? And I think it comes from power creep. They have to escalate it throughout the series and culminate it somewhere so that you feel like there was progression, like rise and fall. It's a very dangerous thing. I think a lot of animes fail because of this, and the ones that tend to go on for longer either avoid it entirely or delay it until the series is pretty much about done with and they do one last crazy bit. Storyline gets a 70. Compulsion. To me, this is a fun anime. If I were to watch TV and this were to come on, I would want to watch an episode or two. I want to see what's going to go on. I had a lot of fun rewatching it for Anime Club this week. And I want more shows that make me feel like this, that make me remember a good show that I saw and get excited about it and want to see it again, even if it is a little disappointing once it gets to the end. Compulsion gets an 80. Now, if you total everything up, you get an average of 80.5. For my wrap-up review, this is a trial by fire anime. Watch the first couple episodes. If you can get into it, great. Continue on through the series. If it gets too weird, tap out and leave and just have a good memory of it. If you're one of those completionists that want to see the whole thing, it is only one series and it's not going to hurt you to watch it. I would recommend the first couple episodes to almost anybody. As a whole series, I can't fully endorse it, but I tend to enjoy it and I like the fond memories I do have of it, which is why within a year I'll probably forget about how it ends and I'll wonder, how does this anime end? And I'll watch it again. But that's it for me. I'm Cameron. Have a nice day. If you want to see anything else we're up to, go ahead and click the annotations and they'll take you to our other channels.